today I'm going to show you guys how to get worms in Terraria. So as soon as you get a rainy day in Terraria, the first thing you want to do is to go around and hit the grass, and worms will start to appear, and then you pick them up with the bug net. It's as simple as that. So you go collect worms while you're listening to me yap. Also, you want to hit these little stone things here, these little tiny ones. If you hit those, there's a chance that worms will come out of those as well. And there's also a chance that worms will come out of the bigger ones too. So we're going to just go around hitting these. It doesn't have to be raining in order for you to get worms overall, but it's where you're going to get the most amount of worms. Now, just to be clear, for anyone listening to this who's looking for a worm farm or anything like that, this isn't supposed to be a video about the most efficient way to get worms in the game. This is literally just how to get worms, mostly for newer players, because I've actually had this question a lot, and it's probably a lot more than you might think if you are an experienced player of the game. Obviously, I have only been getting a small amount of worms so far, so hopefully we start to get a bit more lucky as we go along. Let's get rid of him. So hitting these little stones as well has a chance to get worms, and sometimes you'll get 2 worms like this at the same time. So if you have already been playing this game for years, you probably do not need this little tidbit of a tutorial. Now this area here has worms usually as well, but it's in the corruption. So let's see what happens when I hit this. Yeah, normal worms are going to come out, so that's fine. So it looks like it works on corrupted stone. I wonder, does it work on corrupted grass? That worm might not have come out of the grass. It might have come out of the stone. But as you can see here, we have more stones here. So just hit these. Right, so we've collected enough worms for me to show you a couple of extra things as well. So I'm going to pop back and I'm going to look for my little pond, which I have one here. And when you're fishing in Terraria, usually it's the surface of the water that causes an issue. This is big enough that it probably won't cause an issue, but I think I'll just pop this so that the surface is the same size or the same depth on all sides. And I'm just going to put a dirt block here to keep that perfectly in line with each other. And then we're going to use literally the worms to fish. So we're going to fish, and this way you can get some money and you can do fishing quests, and it's going to be very good for your overall Terraria experience. And we have a 15% fishing power fishing pole, which is reinforced fishing pole. And we also have the worms themselves, which add 25% bait power. So we're going to be not brilliant when it comes to bait power, but still good enough to do some fishing. Get some bomb fish, for example. But if you combine your fallen stars with worms, you turn them into enchanted night crawlers. And those enchanted night crawlers can be used with 35% bait power. Now, to be clear, the best way to use enchanted night crawlers in Terraria, in my opinion, is you fish until you get some crates. You open the crates and then you get better gear, pretty much. You get better fishing bait, and then you don't need the night crawlers anymore or the worms. So there's going to be a point where you don't even need the worms anymore. So I'm just gonna pick up another worm over here as well if I can get one. So the worm can be made into the enchanted night crawler, as I mentioned already, and you can make it into a worm statue, and you can make it into a worm cage as well. So you can do some decorating with that. So pretty much worms are only useful for fishing in Terraria unless you're decorating. And that's pretty much how you get worms. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know if any questions, and I'll see you again in the next one.